Hello everybody, Clive5 here, bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. This time a matchup between GoSuHwangSin and this is actually HuiSlayerS. So I'm not sure if it's the same Hui that we just saw battle against Chaos Tech in the last replay, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to translate whatever BM stuff they're saying to each other. I'm just kidding. I don't know if it's actual BM. I'm just assuming, because I'm not actually assuming. Okay, anyway, so HuiSlayerS, the red Zerg in the 5 o'clock position. No, it's got to be a different one, because he was playing Protoss before. Unless he's sort of a switch hitter, I don't know. And GoSuHwangSin, who I'm just going to call... Well, I don't know if he goes by HwangSin or just Sin, because I've seen Sin around too. Anyway, I'm just going to call him Sin, fine. I don't know if it's the Sin, but we'll see. And this map is Antiga Shipyard, so I don't know if you caught that little gas trick that happened for just a moment there. Hui's supply went red, so trying to get just a teeny little economic boost there. Also going for that extractor, not sure if he's trying to bluff with against Sin's scout, or if he's legitimately going to go for a speedling opening. I'm guessing, well, okay, so there's the spawning pool, which just about confirms it. HwangSin, however, has not planted down anything other than this pylon, so it looks pretty clear that he's going to go for some sort of an early econ build. Also chrono boosting those probes, which is a good sign. Well, not a good sign, but a strong sign that he'll be going for something economic, positioning that probe out, which is an even stronger sign, and the Nexus pretty much confirms it. So we have a more aggressive build here from Hui versus a more economic build. However, this Forge Fast Expand, which I've been happy to see growing in popularity in, well, not just popularity, but viability in Wings of Liberty, is going to be very effective, and this is a long distance for Zerglings to run, so even though the speed is beginning research now and the Zerglings are in production, it's not going to be long before these cannons are up, and it's just going to be a matter of whether or not Sin can protect that front door, which with the cannons I'm sure he can do quite well. Oh, actually putting down a gateway there just to add a little additional buffer, make it a little tinier squeeze, tighter squeeze, excuse me, for those Zerglings to try to get through. And of course, the more time you have for the cannons to fire away at Zerglings, the better. And here come the Zerglings. Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, he doesn't know where Sin is, so that was kind of a bummer on his part. So now he sorry, Hui is going to have to try to play catch up here, immediately planting down that hatchery, and going to try to get going there now. The speed finally getting finished researching here. Oh wow, just outside the range of that photon cannon, it looks like. But at least for a few seconds, he'll be able to see that Sin is going for, well, just tracking the progress of the cybernetics core here. And probably we'll be able to see whether or not, excuse me, Sin starts chrono boosting that warp gate research, trying to determine how much time he has before he has Protoss units barreling down the front, because with that sort of an economic jump on a Zerg player, you got to be careful to defend. And I just want to see here, yeah, income. That's scary for a Zerg player. Zerg players, as you know, always want to be at least a base ahead of your opponents. You need that additional base, and to see that the income, well, at least for a moment there, was basically twice as strong for Sin than it was for Hui. Oh, and Hui deciding to go immediately for that third as well. Not the worst idea, so long as he can protect it, setting out a few more Zerglings just to see what's what. Not really going to find anything, I don't think. Is he going to scan, not scan, but search around the map? Yeah, I guess. Just keeping a single Zergling patrolling back and forth there. Lots of gateways going down for Sin there. In the meantime, what sort of tech are we seeing just now? Seeing a Roach Warren. Granted, though, Sin isn't getting too aggressive yet. He's been more worried about being defensive, thinking that he'd probably have to maybe put up a fight here in the front door. Nothing doing, though, and with all these units jammed up here in the sentries with, well, plenty of force field, he's fairly safe here to start really building up his numbers. Excuse me, man. But what are we gonna see here from Hui? That's what I wonder. We have no lair yet. We just have a Roach Warren now, and it's gonna be a while before, unless he decides to go more of a mass Roach build with, I don't know, burrow tech and all that. See some interesting Roach play maybe. I don't really foresee a sizable army from Hui for quite some time. However, it looks like Sin's moving out across the map. It does get scouted, of course, by these Zerglings who promptly run away. No need to lose those troops. So Sin now has, well, basically control the map. I mean, there's not a lot of area to control at this point in the game, but he has it, and wow. And now is surrendering it. So Sin now putting up a third of his own. Looks like Hui's base, however, is doing quite well. Now we've seen a bit of a reversal. Hui is really out mining Sin at this point in the game, and is probably going to start really building his tech and army numbers. Getting a second hatchery inside the base, and that's something I haven't seen a whole lot. I honestly don't know what that signifies. I guess, I mean, good players can keep up with their queen micro and their spawn larva pretty well. So to me, it kind of signifies that he's not going to go to a fourth base for a while, just so he can keep his larva counts up. And yeah. Looks like Hui might try to break down the rocks back here. However, they're going to meet a second barricade of all gateways here. The rocks, however, do look like they're going to go down. Sin probably unintentionally blockading himself off here to protect against these rocks going down. So definitely going to lose that additional buffer between his mining probes here and this encroaching, I should say, army of roaches, which are indeed forced to back off, but not before they force a cancel on one of those gateways. Stalkers in hot pursuit, able to take down maybe a roach or two. Yikes! And there are some immortals mixed in there, and if you can land some really nice force fields from the sentries, that would be fantastic. However, that doesn't happen. The roaches escape just barely. Centrifugal hooks for baneling speed? Is that what that means? Is that what the centrifugal hooks are? I should know that. Oh, man, I didn't even notice the baneling nest going down. And a spire coming down as well. I've been really hoping to see some games with some really good roach micro. It's something I've been sort of lacking in games lately. I mean, roaches are supposed to be like the Zerg micro unit outside of infestors. Zerglings poking around, seeing what they can find. Not going to find any other bases. Maybe going to try to get a flank on up against Sin's army here. No, actually just going to go for an end around. Looks like they're going to run straight into this expansion here. There are cannons, but they're up in this front edge to protect against roaches, not back here to protect against Zerglings in the mineral line. And wow, lots and lots of probes. Well, some of the probes went down until Sin plopped down a few zealots there. And wow, Sin going for a counter, lots of force field, great placement on that force field. Really, really well fortifying those immortals, and that's just genius how those immortals have gotten blockade up. One gets smashed out, but this Immortal just able to fire away and fire away and fire away. Now finally the force field goes down. Sentry is basically out of energy, but that Immortal got plenty of kills for his weight. More force fields going down. Man, Hui just cannot get up into the base, and the hatchery there goes down. That is a huge victory for Sin, who just easily blinks away. Might be picked off by these Zerglings here. Another blink coming up quickly, and now they're safe, able to fire away at the Zerglings. Wow, just great usage of the map there, and a lot of brilliant force field positioning there. Ooh, and looks like Hui is going to let that hatchery finish. Stalker's going to try to suicide that hatchery, and they get it. Wow, I thought that hatchery should have been canceled, and for the first time ever in this game, I was right. But wow, man, just the positioning of all of Hui's, or of all of Sin's units and those force fields have been really great. Now it looks like things are changing, however. Lots of Mutalisks out, and luckily Sin's Observer just nails that scout. However, tons and tons more Stalkers where that came from. Gonna leave a few Stalkers in the back here to protect against those Mutalisks. May not be enough, but, well, if they went up head-to-head against the Mutalisk, it would not be enough, but it's going to be enough to scare away the Mutalisks, because Hui doesn't want to sacrifice that much of an army at this point in time. In the meantime, just trying to get bases all over the map, but doesn't really do him any good if he can't defend those bases. I think what he really needs is maybe more Nidalisks, but it looks like we're going to have an engagement here. Wow, excellent. Once again, just Sin just getting the best possible position on that ramp so that the Zerglings can't get us around, and additionally using that force field to just funnel any Zerglings that do happen to get up to where his army is, just through a tiny single little crack, just abusing this map right and left. However, these are some scary Mutalisk numbers, I gotta say. Granted, man, it's just up against this many Stalkers, there's no to say. Now, in trying to engage an open field, but looks like once again enough sentries to keep Hui's army unit, his ground units, just outside of the area of effect here, and it's just a gigantic mess, and all those Mutalisks are just gone. All the Zerglings are gone, all the Banelings are gone, and this has got to be GG here, because Hui's just losing everything, and yeah, right away he GG's. So wow, what a fantastic game. I really enjoyed this game. So glad I found it. It was on drop.sc. I pitched the site a couple times. It's just a StarCraft replay hosting site, so definitely check that out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and all that jazz. I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everyone.